Emmett Till was beaten to death August 28, 1955 for saying goodbye to a white woman. He was 14 years old. Terrence Critcher was gunned down by police on September 16, 2016 while he was waiting for assistance because his car stalled in the middle of the highway. He was 40 years old. Akai Gurley was gunned down by a scared officer that heard a noise while walking through his apartment complex. He died November 20th, 2014. Akai was 28 years old. Rakia Boyd was gunned down by an off-duty police officer. The officer let off shots down the alley into a crowd of people. Rakia was shot in the head on March 21st, 2012. She was 22 years old. Ezell Ford was gunned down by cops for walking through a bad neighborhood. He died August 11, 2014. He was 25 years old. Brendan Glenn was a homeless man who got gunned down by the cops for supposedly reaching for the cop's gun, but cameras show that Brendan was walking away. He was shot in the back. Brendan died May 5, 2015. He was 29 years old. Tamesha Anderson was a mentally ill woman who agreed to be escorted to the hospital by the police. Instead, she got handcuffed and strangled. She was dead upon arrival to the hospital. Tanisha died November 12, 2014. She was 37 years old. Tony Robinson was shot and killed 18 seconds after police officers got to his house. Tony died March 6, 2015. He was 19 years old. Jordan Davis was gunned down at a gas station for playing his music too loud. He died November 23, 2012. He was 17 years old. Eric Garner was tased and put in a chokehold until he died for selling single cigarettes outside of a store. He died July 17, 2014. He was 43 years old. John Crawford was shot to death by the police for buying a toy gun in Walmart. He died August 5, 2014. He was 22 years old. Michael Brown was gunned down by the police for walking in the middle of the street. He died August 9, 2014. He was 18 years old. Tamir Rice was gunned down in the park while playing with a toy gun. He died November 22, 2014. He was 12 years old. Walter Scott was pulled over for broken brake lights. The officer was trying to fight him and he got scared and ran away. When Walter ran away, he was shot in the back 8 times. Walter died April 4, 2015. He was 50 years old. Freddie Gray was pulled over for having a pocket knife in his pocket while he was riding his bike. He was tackled, tased, handcuffed, and thrown in the back of a truck. 1 week later, he was pronounced dead for having a severed spine. Freddie died April 19, 2015. He was 25 years old. Philando Castile was shot 7 times for reaching for his license. He was killed in front of his 4-year-old daughter and his girlfriend. He died July 6, 2016. He was 32 years old. Sandra Bland was pulled over for a traffic ticket. 1 week later, she was found hanging in her jail cell. Sandra died July 13, 2015. She was 28 years old. Trayvon Martin was shot to death for walking down the street with a hoodie on at nighttime in the rain. He died February 26, 2012. He was 17 years old. Alton Sterling was shot 5 times for selling CDs. He died July 5, 2016. He was 37 years old. Laquan McDonald had the police called on him for allegedly breaking into cars. 6 seconds after officers arrived, Laquan was shot 16 times. Laquan died October 20, 2014. He was 17 years old. Elliot Williams, a U.S. Army veteran who was left to die in a jail cell with a broken neck and no food and water for 5 days. Elliot died October 2011. He was 37 years old. Ramarley Graham was shot to death for flushing weed down his toilet. He died February 2, 2012. He was 18 years old. Corinne Gaines was shot to death in front of her 5-year-old son after not allowing officers to enter her home. Corinne died August 1, 2016. She was 23 years old. Ronald Madison was shot in the back by police while looking for food after Hurricane Katrina. He died September 4, 2005. He was 40 years old. Latanya Haggerty was a passenger in a car that got pulled over. Latanya was shot for talking on her cell phone. She died June 4th, 1999. She was 26 years old. Yvette Smith was shot by the police while sitting on her own front porch. They tried to say she was armed, but they never found a weapon. She died February 16, 2014. She was 47 years old. Gregory Gunn was standing a few feet away from his home when a cop said that he looked suspicious. Gregory was shot 3 times in the front of his body and twice in the back. We still, till this day, don't know what the suspicion was. Gregory died February 25th, 2016. He was 58. Alfred Olango's sister called the police while he was having a mental breakdown. Officers arrived, and within seconds, they pulled their firearms and they shot him to death. Alfred died September 27, 2016. He was 38 years old. 28 days of February, 28 names of African Americans who were unjustly killed. Happy Black History Month.